Yo, what up, guys? How you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for dropping by. You already know it's about to be another banger, man. So, I just want to dive into why do you feel like a lot of people are switching over to Xbox Series X/S and Game Pass and maybe even PC. The reason why I feel like a lot of people are switching over, to be honest, bro, is because the value. You don't really get as much value with PlayStation 5 as you do Xbox Series S and X. It just don't have that. It have more of a, it's like you're being locked into something. Yes, you enjoy the exclusive. Yes, you enjoy all the games. You maybe even have PlayStation Plus Premium. But at the same time, it's like they still don't give you the value that the Xbox give you, and the price point. The price point is like maybe $300 for the Series S, and then the X, you really can't find that one. So that is another issue, is because you can't find the PS5 and you can't find the Xbox Series X, but you can find the Xbox Series S. So I think that have been a very big issue when it comes to the sell point, and why Xbox is doing so great this generation compared to last generation. Xbox is doing great. They're actually giving PlayStation a run for their money. Yes, PlayStation is the market leaders, but I don't think this generation, I really don't think Xbox is going to be far behind. Like and especially when this Call of Duty Activision deal goes through and they bring even more value over to Game Pass, that makes me believe that, you know, buying the Series S might not be such a bad idea, because the value is going to be there and you don't have to break the bank. Sony wants you to break the bank with them. It's more of a quality console. You know, you're going to have to spend the money just to play. Sony's not messing around with this $70, and they're going to do everything in their power to protect that $70 price tag. I don't care what you say to them. You can't reason with them. You already know they're greedy and grimy. They're doing backdoor license deal. They're scheming. They don't care about their fan base. They don't care about your feelings. They're rude, they're cocky, and they're arrogant. So you're not gonna convince them to drop their $70 price tag. You're not gonna convince them to drop those AAA bangers day one on PlayStation Plus Premium. Not even Premium. They don't even want to drop them in that one, which is, I feel like that will be their bread and butter, as well as selling the console. And it will bring that extra value that I really think that they should consider. But Sony, you really can't talk to them. It's pretty much, they live on Mars, so and we live on Earth, so it's no reception there. There's no way you're gonna convince those guys to do what you want them to do, you know. And this Xbox Series S, it's just, I think it's easier to get your hands on it, and it's pretty much everywhere, and it's never been really this close of a battle between PlayStation and Xbox in a long time, man. I'm talking about, it's been how many years now? It's been over about, what, 10 years? I don't know. I can't even remember how long it's been. I can't even remember how long it's been since Xbox gave PlayStation a run for their money. But this time, this Xbox generation is a lot different from Xbox One era. You know, it's definitely not the same, bro. It is a totally different Xbox that we never seen coming. We ain't never seen them compete like this. We never seen them just making it rain on studio, buying up studio after studio after studio, ready to drop bangers in 2023 and up. Like, once 2023 hit, I really don't know if Sony's going to be ready for that, because now that gives Xbox fans the ammo to really say, okay, where's all that big talk at when you guys were saying, oh, you know, Xbox don't have no games. We're tired of seeing Halo, Forza, and Gears. They don't even really count those games anymore. That's crazy. But they still want to count God of War, Uncharted, Gran Turismo. You know, they still want to count those games. They still want to count those OG games, but they don't want to count the OG games on Xbox. It's like, oh, okay. And don't forget about Hellblade. That's an amazing game. If you do get a Series S, go download it. Go Go try it out. It's on it is on Game Pass, I think. And if you do, and you got to remember, the backwards compatible, man, is a real big deal for a lot of people, and Xbox have been doing that for years. For years, Sony never wanted to do that. Never. But all that we believe in generations. Okay, but Sony never wanted to do backwards compatible, where you can play the earlier gens. You can play PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way up to 5. They never wanted to do backwards compatibility because they felt like they were losing money. And you really can't double dip if people not going out buying the console. They want you to pretty much stock up every generation of PlayStations just to play a backwards compatible game. So if you wanted the first, let's say I wanted to go buy the first Gran Turismo, they want me to go get a PlayStation 1 all the way up to PlayStation 5. They want me to have every single console in order to play a backwards compatible game. That's the way they wanted it. But, you know, PlayStation fans were like, no, we do need a Game Pass competitor. So they actually stood up for themselves, which made them pretty much step out of their comfort zone that they really did not want to do, bro. PlayStation is totally against AAA bangers coming to a subscription service. They never wanted to do it because they want to protect that $70 price tag because they're greedy. You know, and you cannot beat the Series S for the price. I mean, you're paying like 180 to 300, something like that. You know, you get 4K, backwards compatible, you know, on a budget, basically a budget console. You know, and you can get 1 terabyte, and I think they have expansion memory. You can get more memory, and they have an update coming out. I don't know if it came out already, but it's gonna make the memory better and the graphics. So the console is gonna be way more, you know, than probably what they're charging, due to the fact that the chips that they have in them, they can make them better. They can make them perform a lot better as well. And they're going to be and it's an all digital next gen console as well. So it's all digital, and it can run at 4K, or 4K, should I say 4K compatible. I don't know if it's going to just give it to you, or you have to do certain things to make it run at 4K at 60 FPS. But I'm pretty sure we got some, you know, Xbox fans out there that pretty much knows how to make this, get the best out of the Series S, because you cannot find the Xbox Series X or PS5. So that's the reason why a lot of people are switching over. It's not just because of the price. It's the whole value. See, when you say value, most people think quality. Oh, you know, no, PS5 had the best exclusives in the world, the best story-driven single-player games in the world. We all get it. We understand that part of it. Yes, there's no, hands down, PlayStation had the best AAA bangers, story-driven single-player games. But Xbox is a better multiplayer console. It's better if you want to play with your friends. Sony PlayStation is not. It's more of a single player experience until you go to sports. If you play sports or you play shooting games or racing games, you're good. But once you go to basically complaining about, some of the fans are like, oh man, if they take away Call of Duty, what are we gonna have? So that's when the arguing comes into play, and Sony gets scared, because if they take away their first person shooter, we now have to make one, which is they can. Come on, y'all, let's be real. Sony has some of the best studios in the world, man. Come on, they could make a Call of Duty rival now. Come on, let's just be real. Even Sony fans and Xbox fans can agree on that. Sony ponies too. We know they can make a competitor now. Come on now, we don't have to sit here and play like Sony don't know what they're doing. They know it. They just choose to lock down games. You know, that's always been their little go-to. Their little grimy little tactic that they like to do. That's like, oh, you know, we're gonna lock down a game that was meant to be multiplayer on PlayStation and Xbox. You know, but the value is there when it comes to the Xbox Series S and X and PC and even still Xbox One as well, because if you have an Xbox One, you still can activate Game Pass on there and pretty much play everything from PC to Xbox Series S and X. They're playing it, but the resolution won't be as good. Of course, it's going to be in like 1080p, you know, something like that, but it still looks nice, you know. I mean, it's playable. Of course, it's not going to be as fast and as smooth, but it's still playable, you know. I mean, it's screaming. You're live streaming cloud games, and don't forget about mobile and TVs. Game Pass just have a better value now, man. As a matter of fact, if you just cannot find a console, period. This is for people that's like down bad. They really they're struggling out there. They really don't have a lot of money. You can go to your app store you can go to the app store on Android and actually download, you know, the Game Pass app and play Game Pass on your phone, on your mobile phone right now. Now, I don't know how many people are in the cloud gaming, whether it's going to be smooth, whether it's depending on the carrier, whether it's dependent on your Wi-Fi, but that also gives Xbox still the upper hand. So that's another green check for Xbox side. You know, you have to give them better value. That's one check. Backwards compatible. That's another check. That I think you can even download some backwards compatible games. You know, Game Pass. They're on like 4 or 5 different things, which is the console, the PC, mobile, tablets, TVs. You know, that's another check. You know why I think people are switching over to Xbox Series X and S, due to the fact that reason is so many ways that you can play Game Pass now, and all you need is an Xbox controller. That would be the only thing. That would be the only thing that I would give people the advice. If either you want to play PlayStation Plus Premium, if you have a PC and you want to play PlayStation Plus Premium, now this is a green check for PlayStation. Now you have to buy the PlayStation 4 controller. Not very many games I think are going to work without that PlayStation 4 controller. But once you buy that controller, you download the PlayStation Plus app and you can live stream games on your PC. That's what a lot of people probably don't know. I know it's a lot to like do, but you can still do it on a PC. So that's a green check for PlayStation. So I will give them that. Now they do have those AAA bangers on there. They have Spider-Man, God of War, Uncharted of the world. They didn't add Gran Turismo, I don't think. They do have backwards compatible games on there, but you can't download them. You only can stream them, and your internet service, if it's not that great, you may want to use an Ethernet cable. That's just a tip that I thought I would give you guys, because I kind of was having that issue too as well, as trying to live stream games without the Ethernet cable, and it was too laggy. It wasn't really even too much playable because of the airwaves, so it wasn't really that playable because it needs so much power to live stream these games because of the graphics. But that is a good thing that you can access PlayStation Plus Premium on your PC. So I will give them that value. As of right now, it's not on the market. Not that I know. I don't think you can go to your mobile phone and download PlayStation Plus Premium app. Not that I know of. I don't think you can. But you can go get Game Pass right now only on Android. And if you have an iPhone, iOS, you would have to go to your browser and go to xbox.com/play, maybe, I think. And you can play it on, pretty much you would have to look it up, just kind of Google it or go to YouTube, and they will pretty much show you how to play Game Pass on your phone, on your mobile phone. This is for people that just cannot afford either console, because you do have to think about it. People can't go out here and just keep dropping $700-800 on a console, because you're gonna need accessories. Some people want headphones, controllers. You want like bundles of games. Like you know, everybody just don't have it like that. Some people have to mobile game. Some people have to game on PC. They just don't have it like that. So I'm just trying to give them extra tips and kind of give them an idea why I feel like people are switching over to Xbox. This is why they are switching over. They're not just switching over because they probably don't like, PS5. I mean, it's a large people that do love PS5. Hell, I even love PS5, but I just have a problem with Sony, the company. That's my beef. That's the person that I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with PlayStation. Those guys, they work hard on these games. They make these multiplayer AAA bangers. I have no problem whatsoever with PlayStation. I just don't like the way Sony runs the company. That is my problem with them, because this is not the same Sony that I remember that was gamers and business. It's just kind of like all about business now. It's like, okay, we get it. You have to be a business. We get it's a competition out here. But they are all about business now. It's like the greed have took over. I don't know if they're in the crypto, Bitcoin, stocks. I don't know what Sony got going on. I know one thing for sure. They did lose $20 billion when that Activision Blizzard deal for Call of Duty was announced. So maybe that can have something to do with why they feel like a lot of these games are going to be coming to PC. They're going to be coming to Game Pass. So that is why I feel like so many people are switching over, because of the value of a Series S. Maybe not so much the Series X, because you can't really get your hands on it. But from what I'm hearing, you can find a Xbox Series S. It's a lot of them out there, because it's just a digital console. It don't have the disc drive. Not that I know of. Maybe you can, or something that maybe you can do a plug-in drive thing. I really don't know really all the accessories that you can really hook up to a Series S, because I'm a PC gamer. I'm more on the PC side, so I really haven't dove into it that deep. But from what I'm hearing, it's a great console for, especially if you just want to get into that next gen experience and run at 4K, and it plays everything. I mean, it plays everything decent. I'm not gonna say it's the best or the most powerful, but from what I'm hearing, the upgrades that are coming for the Xbox Series S, the small one, the baby one, is going to be worth the value if you go out and spend that $250 to $300 on picking up one, versus paying $500 to $1,000 to go get a PlayStation 5, like on eBay, or a bundle, or a Xbox Series X that's probably gonna be like $1,000 on eBay, or a bundle. It's just a lot easier to get your hands on that Xbox Series S. And that's why I think people are just gravitating more towards Xbox, because it's just easier to get. It's easier to get in the ecosystem. It's just so much smoother when it comes to Xbox versus PlayStation. It's difficult. Everything about Sony, they like to make it difficult and complicated. Why can't it just be smooth selling with Sony? It just cannot be smooth selling. Just buy the console. Make it come with PlayStation Plus Premium. Just automatically make it come with it for like a month or two, to give you that startup kit, and promote it that way. Bundle that in there and bring an app out. Bring the app for PC. Bring the app for mobile. Make it so much easier for people to gravitate towards the PlayStation Plus Premium, because I feel like that can be their bread and butter if they can just get over this $70 price tag. I really feel like that is holding this PlayStation 5 generation back, and it's making people kind of turn against it. And this is not the first time I heard this, bro. I heard this a lot of times. People are gravitating more towards Xbox. I think because it's more easier, the value is there. You can just jump right into the ecosystem without having to go through all of this headache, worrying about, oh man, once I get tired of this game, this game gets boring, then I'm gonna have to drop another $70 price tag on a game, $75 plus for another game. And I think after a while, it just really starts to get old. You just like, man, okay, the first 5-6 months was like, okay, I'm hyped up about it. And now it's like, okay, now it's starting to get old. Okay, now we need to see what PlayStation Plus Premium is really going to start competing with Game Pass, because we have a lot of fans out here that are switching over to Xbox due to this reason, and it's just so complicated for them to get what they're looking for and being backwards compatible games. And some people are complaining about they're not even adding everything on there. They're taking their time adding things on there, moving like a turtle. They're not even adding everything on PlayStation Plus Premium that they should be adding, that fans are asking for. I would like them to just put almost every PS3, every PS2, every PS1 game on there. There's no reason to really hold those back. Maybe some PS4, because you got to understand, PS4 and PS5 are still making games together. So I can understand that one, why they wouldn't want to drop those on their day one. But we should have a lot more PS3 backwards compatible games on there, classic games on there, that nobody should be complaining about. Okay, we're not seeing what we're supposed to be seeing. Like, it should not be complaining about this. Like, they're not focusing on the right thing. Like I said before, I just don't know the direction Sony really wants to go in. If we have to complain each and every day about this. Every single day, do we got to complain about certain stuff that they're messing up, they're making mistakes on? I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're going through, but man, they really need to change. They really need to change and figure out something, because more and more people are switching over to Xbox Game Pass. And from what I was hearing, they had some GameStops were already kind of pushing people more towards Xbox, because they were saying that, hey, it's a good possibility that Call of Duty won't be on PlayStation anymore. Now, I heard this. GameStops were telling people this, and they were like, hey, you know, if you get a PS5, you might not have Call of Duty next year, and people weren't buying them. You know, so they were buying Xbox Series X and S's due to this reason here, because the value. So, I mean, they have a point now. If they say Call of Duty is going to leave, is a big fan base is coming with Xbox. But till next time, make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be updated on all of the newest, latest, and greatest news in these gaming streets. Thank you and peace.